It's officially Q4 and a lot is happening in the Austin metro area, both buyers and sellers, a ton of changes. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about what's happening. First, let's go into specifically Austin. So if you look at this, look in the top here on the corner, you'll see the little dot with Austin. You're going to notice, well, we have a surplus of inventory, right? Also, you can see home value growth. We're in the negative. So that means values have reduced and your inventory has increased. So we definitely are quite of an outlier compared to the rest of America right now. However, you're seeing the rest of the dots starting to catch up with Austin. So we won't be here for long outside in this area that's far away from everyone else. However, we're still feeling the pain as a seller if you've purchased that home really from 2021 to 2023. Everybody before that, you're going to really be in a really great position when selling. And if you're a buyer, you're going to still get a really great deal. We're going to go into that even deeper in a second. But look at this. Look at the rental values. Look at this trend line. This is really, really interesting. See how from 2005 going up through 2021, there's really that consistency. Then we jumped up during the pandemic. We all felt and saw that. And now we have this trend line down since then. For the last 3 years, it's gone down and down. Why? Because we have a lot more supply. The sellers who decided, I can't sell, I don't want to sell, I don't want to let go of my 3% interest rate, they'll go into the rental market. And because they really came into the market, that supply allowed your rental values to decline. So I am confident we'll see another slight decline into 2026 and potentially level out at that point. Now, go into your home values. You see the exact same type of trend line, right? All the way from 2001 up and up and up. 2021, bam, right? We increased, and now we're seeing a decline for the last 3 years of values. However, if you continue to take that trend line pre-2021 upward, you're going to notice that we are still above that appreciation expectation if we continued the same trend line. So this is really great news to see, both if you are a homeowner and you are not looking to sell, or you're a seller that owned prior to 2020. And it's a really good news for buyers because you're not going to have to pay that pandemic pricing. So good news overall. Let's talk about what happened in October or last month, data for September. Jumping right into it, 74 days to sell. So that means of the 14.7% of homes that are actually selling, right? So that means of all homes, only 14.7% are selling. It's taking them 74 days to get a buyer. Everybody else who has not sold, they're well above the 74 days. New listings are at 3,457. When you compare that to pre-pandemic, meaning how many listings do we have overall, we have 59% more listings than where we need to be. That's a lot of supply. There's 93% close price to list price ratio, which means if you wanted $500,000 as a seller, you did not get $500,000. You got 93% of that. That's not normal to see at this time of year. We normally see that in December. Right now, September, and October, that trend tells us that buyers are really getting an amazing deal right now when typically they couldn't be as aggressive in negotiations. Our median close price is $420,000. Your active listings were at 14,265 with 2,447 sold listings. So again, only 14.7% sold, and we have about 5,300 more active listings than normal. Still 6 months of inventory, a lot to choose from. Now, look at this. Take a little screenshot, pause the video. You're going to see, depending on where you're at in value, is depending on the percentage of homes sold. If you go all the way between 3 to 5 million, only 4.9% of those homes are selling. So 9 homes out of 174 for sale selling. That's low. That right there means you're in a very competitive world. Even if you're at the up to $500,000, so the non-luxury world, only 950 homes are selling, so about 15% of all properties. We are typically around that 25-30% of homes selling. We have a gap. So again, this tells a story that we should continue to at least expect this trend into 2026. And it's a bonus and benefit for buyers, and sellers need to have reasonable expectations to get their home sold. Sellers, okay, great news. Again, even with home prices declining over the past 3 years, today's average value is still higher than where we would expect to be had we simply followed the pre-pandemic appreciation trend. If you're between 21 and 2023 homeowners, you're going to expect a loss if you try to sell. Buyers are still buying, which is really great news. It's not like it's just all collapsed, all dead. Why is it taking longer to sell where there's more competition and fewer buyers? Strategic marketing is definitely required to stand out. That's a whole in-depth conversation. And expert guidance is needed prior to the listing to get your home sold. So a lot of planning is required just to get it sold and for people to get to your home. The forecast, well, it's going to be a buyer's market over the next 2 years. Buyers, again, steady inventory. This is great news, a lot to choose from. Still a wonderful time to buy. You're going to get more closing costs, negotiations. You're going to be able to go ahead and have a lower interest rate than we did even a month ago, which we just said interest rates have reduced. Home priced that are priced competitively and fair will go quickly. Q3 and Q4, historically, it's the best time to buy a home. Just amazing time to buy. Why? Because you have less competition. The people who want to move during the summertime with their kiddos, well, they're all trying to go after that inventory. They're not really thinking about that during Christmas time, during Thanksgiving. So you will be able to have really just a better purchase with your negotiation. It is an investor-friendly world. Now, that said, if you have questions, you're a past client, you just want to know what's happening with my home, you know I'm here for you. If you are a future buyer or future seller and you're thinking, should I make a move in 2026? You're welcome to reach out. We're happy to answer your questions. See you next month.